Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. This is an episode that I think you might like. I signed up for coaching to lose weight, but what I didn't expect is that it would totally transform how I showed up as a wife and a mom. So today I just want to talk to you about what the mindset shifts were that I learned through coaching that helped me really reduce my triggers and show up as a better mom. And you can translate this to whatever. If you're not a mom, this is also what I think helps me show up as a better friend, a better wife, a better coworker, all the things. So this idea of we get to decide is really what the theme of today's show is about. So I hope you will enjoy it. I have to tell you, before I started coaching, I was really a victim to other people. In my mind, I always thought like I was the receiver of bad feelings or bad thoughts or whatever. I always thought the problem was them. Coaching really shows you that you're the problem, which is a little bit harsh sometimes. But when you can fully embrace that, you can see how it can just make everything better. It really only takes one person to fix a relationship. And so these are just some of my tips and tricks of how I think it made me just a better mom to the boys. Because it really wasn't them. It was my thoughts about what was happening, right? So we've talked about the model before. We have the circumstance, and then we have a thought about it. That thought is really what creates our feelings. So it's not them, right? It's our thought about them that creates this feeling, and then that creates our actions. That's what drives our actions. So that's, when I would maybe yell, that might have happened, right? So things like, the best example I'll give you is JT, my big one. My oldest, wakes up early every single morning. He's just an early riser, and he always has been. And so, he'll wake up at 5. If we get him to sleep till 6, it's amazing. But I remember being so frustrated every morning that I would get woken up. Because in my mind, he shouldn't wake me up, right? He should still be asleep. 5 is an unreasonable time for a child to wake up. And so it was all these shoulds. He should not be awake at this time. It is too early. He should not be waking me up. I should be getting more sleep. Doesn't he know that I'm tired? I'm now going to have a bad day, right? And it was this spiral of frustration and bad feelings from these thoughts of this should not be happening. This is unacceptable. Kids shouldn't wake up this early. He needs to be asleep. I should get to be asleep. And I was so frustrated. When I finally, through coaching, could see that it was all my shoulds that were causing my frustration and not him waking up, I could embrace the fact that he wakes up. That's going to be an amazing skill for him to be able to wake up. That's his normal, circadian rhythm to be an early riser. The kid's going to take over the world. What a great skill to have. And he wants to come and say hi first thing in the morning. He wants to come and give me a hug and tell me that he loves me. How lucky am I? So when I could change my mindset about that whole situation, it changed everything about how I was waking up in the morning and how my day started. Because I could just embrace, here's this wonderful thing about this kid that I'm getting mad about because I'm saying it shouldn't happen. But who decides who should, right? Who gets to decide what the rule is? The rule for him is he wakes up at 5. That's it. That is it. So being able to identify my thoughts and really see how that was affecting my feelings and then my interactions with him was so important. It has made all the difference. Because you can imagine after 8 years of this, because he's 8 now, if you went 8 years thinking he shouldn't be waking me up, tell me how many times you wouldn't have yelled at that kid and made him feel bad, right? Because he would have thought his model, when you yell at him for waking you up and telling him he shouldn't be awake, he's going to think there's something wrong with me. And I don't want to do that to him, right? Someone else in the world is going to try and tell him there's something wrong with him, but that's not my job. My job's to tell him that everything about him is fine. He's perfect. He is him, and he's perfect. So yelling at him for waking me up because he's an early riser is nonsensical, right? When you really can step back when you're awake and not tired and think about how that played out, how essential it was for me to really identify that it was my thoughts, not his actions. So that coaching sort of mantra, and this is the backbone of what coaching is built on, is that it's not their actions, it's your thought about their actions. And then seeing how it affects your actions toward them, your interaction with them, so important. I think the next thing that it also helped me with was practicing some emotional regulation, being able to name my feelings in real time and seeing, even through red, I'm frustrated. Why am I frustrated? And I am not calm 100% of the time at all. I definitely lose it. But what I've also learned is that if I lose it and then I can go back and look at that situation and see where I could have done better, how did I get over the line? And then apologizing if I need to. To teach the kids, it's okay to make a mistake and it's okay to say that you are wrong and tell people and apologize if you were, right? All very important. And then I can also see where was that frustration building? Where could I have stepped in sooner and made a request or changed the situation or whatever needed to happen? Where did my thoughts start to just go too far where it ended in this breaking point for me? And so being able to name my feelings and see and then backtrack and where did this all fall off and how can I do better next time? And then being able to apologize. I think the next thing I learned through coaching was maybe the most important, but it was sort of letting go of being a perfect mom. Bad Moms is one of my favorite movies. It's not going quite that far, but it is recognizing that all these thoughts we have, all these rules in our manuals, in our reference material about what makes a perfect mom are total bullshit. They are not real. Nobody gets to decide what a perfect mom is. And the thought that I have to live up to someone else's expectations when they're not me, nobody else in the world lives my life. So nobody else in the world can tell me what I'm supposed to do as a mom. And this is very hard sometimes, right? Especially depending what community, what school your kids go to, there can be a lot of pressure to do what the other moms do. But the other moms aren't me, right? And the other kids are not my kids. So understanding that these expectations I was holding about what a good mom does, and that they're all made up, and that I get to decide, was very freeing. And I have to say my sister really helped me with this. My sister was one of my guinea pigs when I first became a coach. And I remember coaching her through this because she was talking about how many servings of fruit, the kids getting fresh fruit, something about fresh fruit and the kids. And I was like, where is it written down how many servings of fresh fruit a kid has to have a day for you to be a good mom? Which sounds crazy when you say it like that, right? But in our brains, that's what our brain is doing to us. It's oh, well, if you were a good mom, there would be this beautiful fruit and vegetable tray every day when your kids come home from school so that they can have the perfect after school snack. Okay, some moms can do that, and that's amazing for them. But that is not the definition of a good mom, right? We get to decide what a good mom is. Generally, I've decided that if my kids feel loved, that's all they need. That's really all they need. Then there's all the secondary stuff like get them a good education, right? Teach them not to be a jerk, right? All those things. But this idea that I need to be a perfect mom and follow that train of thought, right? That they need to be perfect kids. Letting go of all of that was very, very important, very, very helpful, and really changed my relationship with them. And I think made all of us feel a little bit better, right? So when they're acting up, I don't make it mean that I'm a bad mom because I can't control them. Like they're having an emotionally dysregulated moment. That doesn't mean I haven't tried to teach them. Like I know lots of adults that still have emotionally dysregulated moments. My kids can have them too. That doesn't, their actions and their having a moment does not say anything about me as a mom. Okay. So letting go of perfectionism, both in what makes a good mom and what makes a good kid, right? Stopping all the should. They should be doing this. They should be doing that. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. This is all shoulds, right? If you hear in your brain, you're saying to yourself, I should, ignore whatever else comes out. Or kids should. No. Like ignore whatever else happens. Like whatever the rest of that sentence is garbage. All the rules are made up. And they were making everybody miserable. So we get to decide what makes a good mom and what makes a good kid. I will say another thing that I learned through coaching that has helped me with the kids is helping them work through their feelings, right? Helping them ask better questions. Trying to not answer every question for them, but let them figure this out. Let them talk through it. I ask them about their feelings. I teach them feelings are okay to have, right? This is what we say in my house anyway. All feelings are okay. All actions are not, right? So you can get mad at your brother, but you cannot hate your brother. All feelings are okay. We can't be afraid of feeling feelings. They're just feelings. But I think we're always trying to protect them from negative feelings. And when we do that too much, we're teaching them that negative feelings are bad and something they shouldn't have and something that they should push away and not process through, which is probably how a lot of overeating happens, right? Oh, you're feeling bad, you're sad, have a cookie, right? Like push that feeling away. We don't want to feel anything negative. Eat something instead. I know that happened to me when I was a kid. For sure it happened to most. So learning that I can teach them how to think, not just what to do, has been very, very important. So getting them to talk through their feelings, teaching them that all feelings are okay, that it's okay to have feelings. It's not always okay to, act out on those feelings. But if we mess up, that we can also go and apologize. Because we can go say to somebody, I'm sorry, I had really big feelings. I didn't like this. I have 2 boys. They're only 18 months apart, right? Like, I was mad. I hate you. I'm sorry I hit you. I shouldn't have done that, but I was really mad, and this is why. And now we can talk about the feelings and like whatever set that up instead of just, he hit me, like, let's talk about the hitting. So I think that it's hard for me to pick which one of these is my favorite, but coaching really has helped me with these kids in so many different ways. I think just accepting them as beautifully flawed little people, accepting myself as a flawed mom, knowing that I get to decide what a good mom is, especially like I say all the time, I'm the perfect mom for them. Because I'm their mom. So that's how that works, right? I get to decide that I'm the perfect one for them because they got me and I got them. So that's how it works. Getting to teach them about some emotional regulation, I think is good. And I think just the patience and decreasing the expectations on them and me is probably the most important. Like, there are no expectations. We just are, and we're flawed, and that's okay. And that's how it goes. So I can't say I'm a perfect mom for everyone else's kids, but I'm a perfect mom for them. They are not perfect children, but they are perfect for me. And you get to decide. Like, you get to decide. And I think that learning that, had I learned that as a kid, that like I get to choose my thoughts and that I could, it's like wielding a magic wand. Like, I could change my whole world by changing my thoughts about the world, would have been the best gift in the world. So I'm very blessed that I get to give that to them. And now I've been able to give it to you. So hopefully this has been a good episode for you. I'll see you next week.